Good evening, everybody. Welcome to tonight's stream. I am Vladimir Ledoux. Sorry for the late start. I was really confused by the talking. It's the song that's playing. Sorry for the late stream. I kind of had a headache when I came home from most of my day at work, and was really hoping it would go away, and thankfully it seems to have subsided. So, wanted to try and see if I could beat that before I fully said I wasn't going to stream, but we're here. Things are good. Welcome in, Braden and Sir Captain Raven. Hope you guys are doing well. Let's see. So today we're going to be continuing on with stories. We got some more storylines we got to go through, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we might be able to go for a little longer tonight. One big thing I want to say right now on Humble, Stories is on sale during their spring sale, and it is like $6.50. Might be $7. I do get the little 10% thing because I'm a Humble monthly subscriber, so it does show a little differently when I look at it, but it's dirt cheap, and I highly recommend it. With that, let's get into playing the game. Game capture. No, stories. Live, there we go. And boom. Alright. Also right now on Humble there is a spring sale going on, so there's killer deals on all kinds of games. I still have to go through and see what's on there. You can also get, what is it? Sir Captain Raven. It wasn't you that said it, it was Lord Sloth. What was the game? It's free right now to anybody for 48 hours on Humble. And that game is Age of Wonders 3. Sir Captain Raven attacked the game.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
No. So I love like how all of this has changed, because like originally it was like, oh, the Iblis stone's down here, let's go get it. And now it's like, no, this thing will consume its carrier. Like, the story changes with each way we go through. So we've done all three of these. Now it's time to do the variations as we go through. Lapino can fuck off. I think we're going to go do Lapino, though.
Lapino. Apparently, the Mad Rabbit had sold a Pegasus that he did not exactly own. Lapino always wiggled out of trouble, given time. But he was out of time. Lapino's frantic message said that the Ravens were going to kill him for being a rebel spy. And that he had a clever plan. If the fleet reached him first, they'd string him up for that. Never mind the winged horse. Or so Lapino had told him over the far speaker anyway.
Yeah, no, Lapino's a fucker. He's an absolute fucker.
Lapino had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it.
Oop.
But wait, Where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
Okay. Is it triangle for... Nope. There we go. Up and square. I had to remember how to fucking play this game. I'm playing 2 action games at once. All the controls are...
Dying, I thought.
That's alright.
I'm the hero.
I know what I'm doing now. Maybe. Fuck off. Okay. Whew.
People were frightened.
Just wanted to say hi before bed. Alright, Raiden, I appreciate you coming on by, and
sneaked through an empty town and listened
you have
to
a
the ravens
great night.
caw about the
I'll see you
emperor's
next time.
new taste in ritual sacrifice.
Sorry it was a little late tonight. Alright. Can I go down here? I can.
Sorry,
What in the
mustache,
fuck's over here?
Bernardo. Bernardo thought of the Iblis stone and shivered. He had no business messing with ancient, cruel artifacts. What he needed was his friends around him. Clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose.
Golden Hawks.
The rock
Thank you so much for the host. Welcome in, buddy. How you doing?
feel its secret power.
Did I skip anything? So we went down there. It's over here. I know I haven't been here in a while, but now we have a face cam. Yes, that we do. It's been that long. Well, welcome on in, buddy. How are you doing? The stream is slowly getting new things and
Really
improving.
ought to make them stronger.
I just want to make sure that I'm like going everywhere. I've been doing good, man. Oh shit. Oh shit. Been having a good time getting back into like a good amount of streaming again. Because I had that long period of time where I wasn't. Enjoying the new house.
This chest
Everything's
was
doing good.
Really horrible. Get it?
Oh, that's a bad joke. That's that Undertaker Dan level joke. This game does attack, Sir Captain Raven. The bad guys are ravens in this game.
Where did that go to? Ravens
go.
were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lapino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky.
Alright, so we do
If
have
they got
one skill
hungry, they
point.
sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lapino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
Recover from being hit almost instantly, and the attacker is knocked down. Shit. I'd be dumb not to do that. I don't remember going down that path either, so this is interesting.
Ooh, what's there?
Dear Zenobia, how are you enjoying the academy? New friends must already be flocking around you, no doubt. Here in the palace, things are the same. I have much time to dedicate to my special hobby. I have been collaborating with Professor Calaveras and his team of experts to investigate the nature of the islands. My gut is telling me that the islands are alive. I think they have a will of their own. Do you hear me, daughter? Our world could be more than floating masses of rock and water. Professor Calaveras and his boys have made measurements. The islands are drifting. Surrounded by the endless sky, it is difficult to notice, but through careful measurements of the wind over long periods of time, they're uncertain the islands are moving westward. But where to? It may take centuries, millennia, to reach the destination. I have this strange idea. What if the islands are some sort of herd, and that they're deliberately searching for another herd of islands? Can you imagine new islands with their own inhabitants? The thought that we may not be alone? If only I could live long enough to witness the event. With love, Father.
His sword food teacher used to say power gems were cheating. Stupid old fart.
What does your teacher know? I just absolutely love the combat in this game. It's very Batman-esque, but it is so refreshing. So much fun to play.
And bloody, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Renato recognized the cards. It was Lapino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, we see this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who also happened to be a deadly sorcerer and, oh, his only daughter. That would be worth it. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
So essentially, Golden, what's going on here is this is kind of a choose-your-own-adventure game, and like you shape how the game ends with each pass through. So we've not done this one, so I think we'll go down here.
The transcendent emperor had wrapped an armature around the eye of a god. Bernardo had already let that armature slip away to save Lapino's life. But even its core, the eye torn from a god, surely they could fashion a great weapon from that. The core of the Sky Ripper? Lapino's excited. That's an actual thing that we could just go and get. You've been busy. He sure had. Renato told him all the things he'd been up to. Soon they got to talking about old times, about wages they'd won and lost, and scrapes they'd barely got out of. It was good to be back with his friend. True, the core was capable of terrible, uncontrollable destruction. But this time, he was sure it would work great.
Here we go. Let's go get that core.
It's
it's
here.
a really good game.
It was nice to be back with his old war buddy. All right. Lapino was a traitor. But still, It was good company.
Okay, sword.
Ah, the road less traveled, thought Renato. How intriguing.
So we can make gems. What all do we have? So we have attack speed, shield breaker. Your hits cause shield grunts to drop their shield. The only thing that's leveled up is a treasure hunter and looks like physical resistance are the only ones that have any kind of level up on there. Swords, I think. So need more ore. So Void and Winterthorn need to be upgraded. But I don't have the stuff to do that yet. Dear Zenobia, the director of the Academy has told me how much he was impressed by your academic performance and leadership. Somehow I doubt this was a session of bootlicking. I've seen plenty of those. That old toad is sincere. I'm proud of you, my daughter. You will make a fine empress one day. On my end, great news. Professor Calaveras has been studying the Nexus, and he has made a bold observation. That toad is a true genius. You know how that island is unique, constantly changing, new crystalline formations appearing, island fragments merging, splitting, slowly drifting, held together by some invisible threads? Professor Calaveras is convinced those changes are not random, but rather indicative of the living nature of the islands. He has observed that certain changes on the Nexus follow or sometimes precede a turbulence on another island. Landslide, quake, flood. The Nexus seem to resonate with those events. Maybe the islands are a hive mind and the Nexus is the brain? In any case, I am funding a permanent scientific observation on the Nexus. It will attract the Empire's greatest minds, with Professor Calaveras at the helm. I anticipate a great age of enlightenment for the Empire. With love, Father.
Snack time, boys! Caught the lead, Raven.
Oh, come on. Better heal a little bit. Jeez. Life is dropping quickly.
Renato had once invested
Physical
in a
resistance
jewel
is
store,
up to level
but it lost
3.
money
Hell yes.
because someone kept robbing it. Twist. It was him. Don't be shy.
Alright, there's nothing inside that formation up there. Nothing. Oh, wait, there we go. Health.
There was something sour in the air. Like the earth had ruptured over something that had been fermenting for a very long time.
What am I... Why could I not go that way? Alright. I don't think I've ever gone this way before. I'm gonna look the other way.
What else could you hook? You almost never saw wild gogglers together like this.
Uh-oh.
Toads had to train them not to peck each other to death. So these had to be imperial gogglers. That meant ravens were up ahead.
Yeah. Fuck them. I ain't worried. health, and attack speed went up. Hell yeah. I like it.
Renato felt wrong all over. He could feel an almost palpable sickness in the air. And if the land could have tumors, they would look like these monstrous crystals. The forest was quieter than it had been. There were insects, but few birds, if you didn't count the ravens.
Is this where I need to go?
Sick animals and dying ones.
That is.
No healthy ones. And getting a bad feeling about this, Renato thought. Maybe Lapina was right. Maybe they should have kidnapped Zenobia instead of coming here.
Oh, come on. You were supposed to get thrown the fuck off. This is Birdemic Part 2.
Renato remembered when he'd first stolen one of these. Good times.
Alright, so that brought us back there. It's kind of like Bastion, almost. Like the way the narrator talks and stuff. This is weird. I remember like switching switches to like
Be good for global warming.
to bring up like walls, but I don't remember just shutting them off. Ow, fuck. Okay. And of course that does not heal me at all, does it? Nope. Fuck yeah. The combos you can pull off in this just make you feel like a badass.
As he held the radiant icosahedron, Renato felt queasy. Like dozens of tiny worms were nibbling his insides. It wasn't healthy to be so close to the eye of a god. How could he use it? He could take it to the observatory. The scientists there could tell him how to harness its ancient power. But honestly, Renato ached to get away from it. He brought the core back with him to the Farfarer. But honestly, Renato ached to be rid of it. Tell you what, said Lapino. I'll take it to the observatory. You attack the Imperial outpost. The Imperial outpost was a vital communications node. Taking it could shatter the Empire's ability to coordinate. And it would be full of secret plans and maps and maybe even rebel prisoners. It was a good target for a hero like Renato. But what if Lapino lost the core to the Empire? That could be a good thing, couldn't it? Was Renato ready to take that risk? Maybe it was better if he brought the core to the scientists himself.
I'm torn, but I think I'll spare all those ravens for now.
Lapino was a touchy rabbit. Renato knew that. You're brave, I know, Renato said. But this is what I was hired to do. Oh, well, at least let me run ahead and warn them you're coming. Renato wondered if Lapino was up to no good. What if the rabbit warned the Empire instead? Oh, but Lapino wouldn't betray him like that. Not again.
He's a bastard. Don't trust him.
Right? They finished the trip to the Nexus in silence. He would offer Lapino a chance to betray him, or not to. His old friend deserved another chance to prove true. All right, Renato said. Go.
Alright, here we go. They're gonna be dead.
Watched Lupino vanish on the horizon. He could feel nausea building in him. He felt ill. Could his knees really be aching this much? But how could he have handed the core off to Lupino? That was a recipe for disaster.
Why is there like this? There's like this poisonous gas that's like following me. It's not poisonous, but like it sure looks like it is. It's just very prominently there. Okay, so hold on here real quick. I'm gonna open this so we can get the core and
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
where is it taking me? Oh shit, I will see who did that here in a second. Damn, 56 fucking hit combo. Holy shit. Jonas Fatson, thank you so much for the host, buddy. How are you doing? How was Mega Man 2? Did you finish? Attack speed up to level 3. Fuck yeah. At school, we learned the gospel of the Transcendent Emperor, the last divinity to pierce the skies. He would banish the evil old gods and grant us the gift of time. But could one man, divine as he may be, create something as intricate as time? I have my own theory. I believe that time is a symptom rather than a gift. I'm convinced that on a cosmic scale there is a pendulum motion between order and chaos. The Transcendent Emperor ended chaos and started the age we live in, an age of cause and effect, of fact and logic. Time is merely the tapestry upon which these laws manifest themselves. It is the foundation for order's companion, entropy. But in the age of chaos, when the old gods reign, perception carries more weight than facts. Emotions can shape worlds, and time ceases to exist. The age of order is ending. I am merely helping the inevitable entropy that has been broken. Fate has been breached. The end of time is coming, and I shall embrace it. Emperor Isengrim III, Secret Journal. Good, you did finish. Night. Can't stick around though. Have an early morning. All right, man. Well, thank you for coming on by. Thank you for the host. You have a good one. Okay. So we're right back to where we began. Okay, not a problem. Continue on up the stairs. Yeah, Golden, it's not working. The chat games are all fucked. Well, not all of them are messed up, but some are. Roulette's one of them. I believe, like, Russian roulette doesn't work either. And I'll be honest, I haven't put much thought into trying to fix them because a lot of people kind of... The consensus was, like, they really didn't want the chat games anymore, with the exception of the community-driven ones, like Boss and stuff like that. Fuck, I saw that coming. I saw that coming. I was like, that guy's gonna attack me, and I'm gonna die. And I saw that exclamation point go up, and it was over. Fuck off. Yeah, accidentally horrible one. That is still reigning champion. I can't break those, and I don't know why. Because I was using the void thing. Apparently you can't do void. Okay.
Renato felt worse. All his joints were aching now. He'd been through beatings that felt better than this. So the core had a kind of poison that could harm you without even touching you.
Okay, so that's why I have that cloud around me.
It had power. The rebellion needed something with power. And how was this any worse than a sword wound? Well, a death by sword was sudden and fair. This was just squalid. A piecemeal death, like old age.
Can you guys hear the narrator okay, or do I need to turn it up a little more?
The Imperial fleet was closing in on the rebels. And what had Renato accomplished? He'd rescued Lupino, but ignored his plan. Now he was dying of the core's poison. Renato was no physicist, but he could have sworn something was wrong with the trajectory of these cannonballs.
Oh god. Oh god. Ah! Ah! Okay. Then. You asshole. Okay. If I knew how to mod, I'd mod Darkest Dungeon to have our bosses with stats in it. That might become your summer project. That'd be pretty cool. Oh shit, I went the wrong way. I did this last time. I didn't want to go this way. Fuck me. I can't go back. Alright, looks like we're going this way.
There was an inscription on the platform. Balaleka lessons, with an address.
Maybe I didn't go this way. Yeah, no, I did. I remember this part. I don't remember it being on fire.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists everywhere. Bernardo found the mad rabbit cowering under a desk. The ravens, they must have known we were coming, said Lupino.
Highly suspect.
See, I was doing a card trick with my lucky deck, and I kind of bobbled the cards, so I went under the desk to gather them up, and boom! I guess we'll have to take the car straight to the secret base. Renato wasn't sure he believed that, but Lupino was talking so fast. It always seemed to make sense. The secret rebel base. Yes. They had engineers there. But wait. Calaveras, the sage in the mountains. Maybe he would know what to do with the naked core.
Let me go to the High
The
Sage.
core was killing him. He needed help. The sage Calaveras had given him the maps to find the armature and the core. If anyone knew the true name of the Transcendent Emperor, if anyone knew how to assemble the Sky Ripper, Calaveras did. If anyone could heal Reynardo and render the core safe, at least to its bearer, surely it was he. The base of the mountain was the only safe place for a landing. He would have to continue on foot, muscles aching. Calaveras was a scholar, not a doctor.
Is there a way I can see how many stories there are? No.
Save Reynardo from the
I think there's
poison
like
radiating
20
from the
different
lost god's
versions.
eye he was so recklessly carrying.
I remember there being a lot on that board. Oh, mother. Should have let Lupino have it. Such a little fucker. Really, everybody's dead now.
Reynardo remembered when the government had introduced the healing fruit. Some people said it was going to bankrupt the economy, but it seemed to work very well.
Oh my. They both hit me at the same time. How am I supposed to block? You can't block that. It's impossible. Phoenix. How's it going, buddy? How did you like Sword and Swag and Sorcery?
Oh, this was not a fun
I noticed you were playing that earlier today. Did you buy it?
Survived. No one would write ballads about the fox whose knees ached forever, would they? Not unless he paid for it.
That's good.
Paying for publicity.
I know I'm going to end up buying a copy too while it's on sale and give that away as a giveaway. Because it was a lot of fun. I want to support it.
He hadn't noticed that path before.
How did that go? I haven't, like, have they done more with that game, or is it still pretty much the same that it's been?
That's my order, thought Reynardo. He was such a wit.
Hell yeah. They've added fishing and stuff.
It was chilling walking through the living mountains. There was always noise up ahead. Insects, birds, the croak and flutter of ravens arranging ambushes.
We were originally just going to go fishing, but we found a shipwreck, so we looted a bunch of stuff from it. On our way to go sell the Megalon and started circling us. That sounds crazy. There's a void place we've not used that yet.
Couldn't they have put in an elevator? Or a giant eagle? Or something?
We got away, but then a freaking kraken attacked us. Oh god, I missed these. It sunk our ship. Luckily, just before we found a rowboat, so all of our loot floated to the top, and we put it on the rowboat, and the kraken doesn't attack our rowboat. That's awesome. I remember one of the big criticisms of the game was there just didn't seem to be a reason to play. Like, there was no real objective. Has that changed? Fuck. I saw that. It's just cosmetics to get really, but they do have quest lines and stuff to do called Tall Tales. Okay. Critical chance. Ooh. I really like doing high crit attacks. I dashed. What the fuck? I dashed away. They are destroyed. Stood no chance. Sorry, Captain Raven. Attacked. Yay, RNG. What was the RNG that you're referring to? The crit chance?
Bernardo had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was two.
Or I know that there was another place down here that we weren't able to go to the first time. Oh shit. I think it's this one? Yeah.
He needed some way to break the ice with this wall, so to speak.
So today, so I have PAX badges as sets a notification. So when they decide to sell PAX West tickets, I'll get a notification wherever I'm at. And I was in a meeting today, And when I get out of the meeting, I went straight to lunch, didn't look at my phone. I get back, I look at my phone, and I realize that I missed a notification from PAX Badges, and I just about had a fucking heart attack. Then I finally read what the notification was, and it was for PAX Unplugged, which is not PAX West. And I just calmed down, and I was like, oh, fuck, I missed it. Dear Zenobia, do you remember that expedition I had sent the depths beneath the islands? They've returned. Well, 3 ships have returned out of the 8 I sent. Of course, I mourn the losses, but the knowledge the survivors brought back is invaluable. What they've experienced is incredible. The air gradually grows denser and more turbulent until it becomes a suffocating, bone-crushing thunderstorm. But the islands keep stretching for miles below the surface, and they have roots that radiate downward far beyond sight. The islands are alive. This is the proof I was looking for. The thick air of the depths keeps them afloat, and in the depths they find their sustenance. Do they have a conscience? Are they aware of our existence, or are we merely parasites that they ignore or tolerate? I must prepare another expedition. This time I will go myself. I need to see the wondrous world of the endless deep sky. I hope you will visit me before I leave. I would like to hear more about your new friend of yours, Renardo. With love, Father. I know that is, Phoenix, that is one of my biggest problems as a streamer, is the amount of times I'm like, I want to play this game, but I also want to play it on stream. I've gotten accustomed to just making a fucking off-stream file.
Kill the rebel! Caught one, Raven. Eat the rebel! Caught another.
I don't know what happened. I was originally going to play Sea of Thieves on stream, and of course I didn't, and all that stuff happens. Damn.
If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
Crit chances up to level 2. Please give me the ability to actually, like, equip this shit, please. Anytime soon.
Time was running out for the rebellion. They might already be fighting the Imperial fleet. Everything hinged on Calaveras' ability to turn an exiled god's eye into something deadly.
Alright, so we can level up something. What's this? Hookshot damage. Getting stronger. Impel your enemy on your sword when you grab them. Slow down time after a successful attack until your next action. This one's actually really good. Ultimate sword food. Kill any enemy in a single strike. Auto activates when reaching a certain combo threshold. Oh, man. Oh, what do I want? What do I want? I'm really torn between either attack reflexes. It only takes one. I'll go with that for now.
The core exploded.
Penta, welcome on in, buddy. How are you doing?
Right, I was kind of hoping you wouldn't need it.
No, I don't. It's just a professional interest. We've got much better prismatics than the old TE ever did.
So Calaveras was an arcane engineer. He fussed at the core all day. He wrapped it with silver chains, and in front of it, he placed a huge, round ruby, so that it looked like a monstrous, floating eye. So, what is it?
I call it the Oculum. It's my very first death ray.
And it won't poison me?
Oh, no, it's completely safe now.
Anything I should watch out for?
Yeah, try to avoid pointing at any mirrors.
As he loaded
I
the
love
oculum onto
that
the
voice.
Bernardo was a little concerned about Calaveras. People who were utterly sure of themselves he had found were either experts or horribly wrong.
Sausages.
Or both. But
That sounds
only
amazing right
tried the
now.
oculum once.
Like
He
a
only needed
nice,
to
I would
destroy
love a summer
one ship,
sausage right now.
the Emperor's ship, and the war was
And some
over.
fucking sharp cheddar
Renato
cheese.
plunged into the Imperial fleet.
Oh,
He felt the oculum humming. He no longer felt sick.
Hungarian
This
brats.
was going to be fun. Or at least, it was going to be over.
It's such a good dinner, and I have none left. And I want more. I had a torta. Oh, so good. It was a chorizo torta. It was delicious.
Renato resisted the temptation to fire the oculum until the time came.
And
Sense
gems.
its arcane energies, yearning to escape the sage's wrappings.
I don't know if I want energy on
wasn't eating him
kill
alive,
as much as I want
so
crit
that was a
chance.
plus. He felt good about himself. He'd saved a friend, he'd helped the rebels, he'd relied on himself, but he'd listened to others. He felt like the right sort of hero. Wise, yet decisive. Calaveras had been so sure it would work. Maybe he could fire it just a few times. No harm in that, right?
Alright, so I've gone that route. I want to go back this way and see if there's any others that I missed, maybe?
The portal that led right into the middle of the fleet. It was a glaring weakness in the defense.
Dude, that thing is attacking those. It's awesome. I'm happy to have that. That thing is fighting for me. Hell yeah. Does anybody else have a really hard time, like when they give you something that, like,
Breakable.
destructible shit, like you just always have to, always. I struggle. I'm like, I need to do this.
That is how we do it, said Renato to himself.
Level up. Dude, that death ray is amazing. I did not see that Raven. You sneaky bastard.
Renato's arm was getting tired. The core was no longer eating at him, but he still felt weak. His stamina was shot. But he had the oculum. When the raven swarmed him, it was sometimes to fire its death ray. It seemed to be warming up too, firing more and more often. Maybe he should let it cool off.
Oh, does anyone else have a really hard time when there's destructible items? Like I will like go out of my way to destroy everything oftentimes.
That was always a rush.
To a fault, I would say. Like, I can destroy it, I'm gonna do it. The only game that I don't do it, because it really pisses me off, like, intentionally, is Enter the Gungeon. Because I feel, if you're gonna make destructible shit, hide shit in it. So, like, in Enter the Gungeon, like, I feel like they could put something in those. Like, some kind of rare, like, drop that'll happen every now and then. I don't want destructible shit just for the sake of destroying. I want purpose. Maybe that came with a new update, because there was not originally when the game launched.
Renato wondered what would happen.
Oh yeah, no. Now I know there's something in the pots. Like that was something that got added. I ran into that thing. Fuck that thing. I don't have any energy. This is not good. Oh, damn it. That fucked up mine. I was up to 40 and I screwed it up. Here we are.
Odd. The oculum was still hot to the touch. He almost thought it was getting even hotter. Well, that was ridiculous, of course. Anyway, he'd only to fire it one more time, and then he could chuck the whole contraption into the abyss. And the Emperor's ship was now in range. Reynardo squinted. He could make out the line of ravens protecting the ship. Zenobia in front, conjuring. And on the deck, yes, that was His Imperial Majesty, pacing in his golden armor. Reynardo lined up his shot and fired. Caught in the beam, the ship burst into flames. The ravens and Zenobia exploded. The Emperor, too, exploded. Reynardo waited for the beam to stop, but it only got brighter, and the oculum hotter.
Uh-oh.
Frantic, Reynardo pulled the oculum towards the abyss. The ruby burst into flames. The shiny metal casing glowed, then melted. That was good. Now the core could cool off, right? Reynardo ran. The blast incinerated him instantly, along with both
shit.
plates. The shockwave could be felt across all Erda. That winter, with neither Empire nor rebels to rule them, the island slid into banditry. And so began the Second Age of Darkness. And
All right.
hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome.
All right, so that was story number 18, The Fox Whose Knees Hurt, a hero who seeks balance, who makes wise yet decisive decisions. The Truth Finder will help you find the paths that lead to truths that you have not found yet. Look for this icon when making choices in the book. This option can be toggled in the gameplay menu. All right. Yeah, that camera can be difficult sometimes. It's not too bad though. I've played games that are far worse.
Never made before he could figure it all out, though. And with that, the book's pages fluttered to the beginning once again, and he fell. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble.
I do wish that I could
Ravens
skip
were
because I've
scouting
heard
for the
this
secret rebel base.
like 6 times already.
They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Reynardo knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong, but he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it, to take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing.
All right, Golden. Thank you for coming on by. Thank you for the host. You take care.
Lapino had betrayed the rebellion, but could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Yes. Yes, you could. Okay, so I'm going to say let's do the Build the Sky Ripper.
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The
Oh, I can skip.
As he set foot on the island, Reynardo couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Was Lapino still waiting to be rescued? No. He was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Reynardo felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Reynardo never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Oh, time will find out.
I need
Oh my god,
materials.
I'm still short.
Reynardo.
Oh, so close on the oars. Need 200 to finish both swords.
Fucking hell.
Is that enough? Oh, I'm at 99 ore. Really? 99 ore.
The mysterious sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
Damn. I just love
That
it.
had been his mistake before, thinking he could win a battle of wills with an ancient evil all by himself. He had to be cleverer than that, or braver, or something.
Alright, so now we have enough that we can upgrade that, but I don't have a fucking place to upgrade, so that's great. Okay. I'm trying to think, did I come down here before? Like, there's... Oh, there's so many pathways I can go right now. The truth behind the Sky Ripper is shrouded in a thick fog. The most believable tale is that the Transcendent Emperor has used the Sky Ripper to banish Iblis. Then, the Transcendent Emperor buried the weapon and vanished. Was it a self-imposed exile to rid the world of the last divine presence, or was it the price to pay for using such a tremendous power? Could the Sky Ripper and Iblis have a deeper connection than just a weapon and its victim? My rituals will summon the Iblis Stone. Perhaps I should worry that they will also cause the Sky Ripper to resurface. If that is the case, I should spare no resources to find it. A weapon that can banish a god is an invaluable bargaining chip, should the old ones decide to double-cross me. It is in their nature to try. But gods are predictable, and I can rely on that to always be one step ahead. I think I'll go this way. I'm just struggling with where I go.
Had that door been opened before?
Okay, so it opened that one. Okay. I don't feel too bad about my decision then. Which direction to go?
Gem of power. Ooh, you didn't find those every day.
Alright, so crit chance up to level 3 now. These things do a stupid amount of damage if they catch you.
Who are you looking at? Oh, right. No one.
Gotta heal. Need to get my life back. Okay.
You couldn't hack this kind of firewall. You had to warm it up to you.
I can't remember if I've been in here or not. Come on, blow up. Thank you.
Boy, someone has spent a lot of money for a graduation present.
Yep, come on, don't get stuck. Okay, what is time? Freeze time for everyone but Renardo encountering an attack at the last second. That is nice, but I think we're going to go with the ultimate sword fu for this one.
There it was. Skyripper's armature. The stuff that dreams are made of. Engineers' dreams, anyway. The device was intricate. No one alive had the skill to make a thing like it. How is it part of a weapon at all? He'd have to ask a scientist. But first, he'd get the second piece. Skyripper had a heart. A core that had come to rest on the next island. Well, there was another island he could reach. Zenobia had just invaded it with her father's Raven battalions. She must be encamped there still. But fighting Zenobia now, that made no sense at all. He'd already sacrificed one friend to get this armature, was it? He didn't need to hurry to face her. She would find him.
Let's go this way.
Renato asked himself why he changed course to confront Zenobia. He'd no idea. Sometimes he would just do things, and he could never figure out why he'd done them. Usually, they worked out. After all,
We'll see.
He was a hero.
This could end up being a dead end that I'm running down. But I think the one we're missing is whatever with Zenobia, so
The truth
I have
is,
to figure
though,
this out.
he wanted to see her, wasn't it? It had been a dozen years since Swordfu School. He'd followed every rumor about her, every scrap of news. Not that he still loved her. After all, she was his enemy. No, it was solely because know your enemy. But it would be great to see her. Even if they faced off across sword points, as they'd done so many times at school. The world was a less interesting place without her.
Okay, wait a minute. Now I remember. I do come back. There's stuff back here.
Kill the fox! Called the ravens. Nobody said they were original.
It makes me feel good when I get a little flawless combo like that.
This was the nice part of town. But the ravens had been through here. They like to take shiny things home to their nests.
Now that's true about ravens. I'll give them that. They likes the shiny things.
I'm just trying to teach you how to fly.
upgrade. Let's upgrade you. Greatly increase movement and attack speed. It costs energy. So the only one I need 75 more ore, and we can upgrade this. The final sword. Oh, there is stuff with the gems we can look at. Level 3, which does 20%. 20% chance of crit. Increase resistance to physical damage by 40%. Damn. I feel like I've gone in here, but fuck it, why not? So how did the poisoning go?
If I go that way.
It ended up killing everything and sending the world into chaos again. Energy on kill. So now we're on another playthrough. My cat so rarely wants attention.
He couldn't do worse with Zenobia than he'd done with the core, could he?
She's very independent. What am I caught on? Oh shit. I was like on the body. Ooh, I've gone down here before.
Ice
Let's
walls
stay up.
only let you through if they knew you were cool.
Come on.
Say goodnight, Gracie, said Renato, wondering who Gracie was.
Alright. Motherfucker. Whew.
Renato wasn't entirely sure how he was going to capture Zenobia. She'd be expecting him. And he didn't have Lapino to cook up a clever plan. Why was it again that he hadn't got the core? Maybe because the results tended to be disastrous. These streets were familiar.
Could very well be my original thinking.
But he had been down that street 1,000 times. He knew that pub. He knew that alley. He knew the alley behind it much too well. No wonder Zenobia had chosen to invade this island herself. The right jewel could really give you an edge. The wrong, well, it still looked pretty, didn't it?
Dear Zenobia, as you read this letter, you were locked in your chambers, ready to spend your last night before, well, you know. I will not apologize. I know you are too proud to forgive me. I also know you won't resist reading through. You are a cat, as much as I have tried to educate you like a proper toad. I swear to you, and you have to believe me, that I did not plan all of this when I adopted you. You've always been my special little kitten. That is why I'm writing this now, weeks in advance. I know I will not have the heart to do it the night of sacrifice. If I think of you as my daughter, then I may change my mind. You must think I am selfish, and yes, I am a selfish, sad little toad that is afraid to die. But what I am doing will ultimately serve the greater good. I want the power, I want it all, and so I will keep my subjects content. Peace for eternity. Even if you hate me now, you can still respect that. You have to. It is the only way I can forgive myself for doing this to you. I will miss you for eternity. Tomorrow, try not to make a scene. Everyone will be watching. He's gonna straight up kill his daughter. Give me your fucking shield. Thank you.
Reynardo slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. Where were her guards? Finally, he reached her bedroom. She was curled up on her bed. Oh, he'd forgotten how beautiful she was. How sleek. How soft. He tapped her on the shoulder.
Don't be a creeper.
With his sword. She vanished. And he suddenly noticed he couldn't move except his mouth. In fact, soon he couldn't keep his mouth shut. He told Zenobia everything. Skyripper, the Iblistone, even where the secret rebel base was, until he was hoarse. It was some kind of truth spell. A talky truth spell. She called her father by Farspeaker Toad and filled His Majesty in.
But why didn't he get the core?
Croaked the Farspeaker in something like His Majesty's croak. Because I missed you, darling. Renato grinned. He doesn't even know why, frowned Zenobia.
That makes no sense. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Shouted the Emperor.
It's a trap.
I'll meet you at the outpost, and I'll bring my interrogators.
If Renato came face to face with the Emperor, maybe he could assassinate him. But maybe it would be smarter and safer to turn Zenobia against her father.
I think I'm gonna turn him against her. Or her against him.
Asked Zenobia. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He asked her. She shook her head. He told her. His Majesty wanted to bring the lost gods back. They could make him an eater of souls, an immortal. But to seal his bargain with them, he needed a sacrifice. Someone who truly loved him. She was stunned. Furious. You're lying. Under a true spell? It's a trick. You can't prove that. Take me to the observatory, and I will.
Okay. I'm really excited to get through this so that then we can play
What kind of
Omen's
proof
Sight.
could you possibly have? She said as they landed on the Nexus. Your father ritually sacrificed a village, and he left witnesses? The scientists resurrected one. Well, it's not really alive, but it can talk. A true witness. She frowned. The dead can't lie. Well, I bet they could. They just don't have any reason to. She nodded grimly. You go on ahead. I don't want the ravens to see me.
It's probably wise.
There were stickers all over the platform for really hot lady foxes, with pictures and addresses and everything.
That's awesome. Okay, so we've done the blue. I think we've done everything in here. So I'll just go back. There's got to be some I haven't done.
Could use the hook on. They really needed to construct additional pylons.
Alright, so I know that's a joke at something, because there's some... Is it StarCraft that they say you need to adjust to construct additional pylons? Like, I know that is from a game. It is StarCraft, okay. Damn, that instant kill. I forgot about
She
that.
caught up with him. Don't you think I'd know if my father wanted to invoke the lost gods? Would he tell you? No. Would you help him? No. I'd burn his books. Why'd he adopt a stray cat? You don't ask a thing like that. No. Not when there's no good answer. she said, her whiskers twitching.
It's all starting to make sense now, isn't it? Daddy's an a-hole. We can get there and you can kill him.
Think of all the artisans he was creating employment for. Truly, he was a job creator. With all the secrets he revealed to the Emperor, the Ravens were probably heading for the secret base.
Bard's Tale is so good.
Would be anyone left to say
Such a good game.
Zenobia changed sides.
I actually have it on my list of games I need to play. I got given a Bard's Tale 4 a long time ago, like when it first released, and I just never got around to showing it off, and it is on the list of games to eventually cover.
Look, it's not personal, but you all smell terrible.
I think it's just Bard's Tale, if I remember right. But they're up to, like, they've made 4. 4 was the brand new one. It launched last winter, I believe. I just never got around to covering it, and I really want to. It's like, it was like Baldur's Gate, but it was it was all, like, pun-filled and stuff. Snarky narration, yeah. I loved it. Great game. Great game.
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had burned the reanimated witness to cinders. Renato was stunned. There goes my proof. These were scientists, not rebels, Zenobia said, upset. Why?
It was the Bard's Tale?
I don't know. Let's go to the fleet and ask him. Yes. I'll meet you on the mountains. There's something I have to get first. But could he afford to meet her in the mountains? He'd given the Empire the location of the secret rebel base. They would need rescuing.
Let's go, because I think I need to meet her. I think she's the one that'll allow us to finish the game.
Wasn't it more important to rescue the Rebel Council from the almost certain Imperial attack? Why was he in this war anyway? Was it really to fight the good fight, or did he just want to see her again? One of these days, Renato thought, I should really figure out my motives before I pounce. Nah.
I don't know what it is. I know I keep touching my face. I'm just itchy.
It true?
I don't know why.
Was he on this adventure?
I think it's all in my mind.
Zenobia again. The Imperial heir was not an easy cat to see. Well, she'd ignored all his Kwanzaa gifts. And on the other paw, trying to get a date by joining a war against your intended was, let's say, pretty optimistic. But on the back paw, thought Renato. Yes, it sounded exactly like him. Good. I'm so glad we had this little chat, he told himself.
It's funny how your mind can just start playing tricks on you. You think it's not that I thought anything was crawling on me, but like you get an itch in one spot and then you just like start to focus on it, and your body's just like, okay, now you're just gonna itch everywhere because I'm a fucker and I don't want you to feel comfortable.
Don't look down, he told himself. Don't look down.
Look down. Alright, so we went this way last time. I think we ended up having to come back anyways. What's down here? It's probably just more materials. That's okay. We need more.
This chest made music when you opened it. Too bad it was music.
Some of the puns, man. Some of them are just bad. Just really bad. There's no way to get around it. It's just bad. And dead. Okay. Oh my. We'll just blow everybody up with that.
There were a lot of dead ravens along the side.
Oh, so you must be thinking of the newest one then.
Someone had rampaged through here on a killing spree.
What had Zenobia gone to get?
So it was like originally a PS2 game.
Had a chilling feeling it was the Iblis.
The very first one.
Zenobia was level-headed. A stone would make anyone bloodthirsty. You could tell her style from the blade work and the dead bird.
Nope. I wanted to. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Where are we going? I guess this is new. I haven't been this way. Hey, 79% for a comedy-based game is not bad. Because I mean, comedy is so subjective. I mean, what I might find funny, someone else might find absolutely horrible. Like it's such a subjective thing. And so if you can get on Steam reviews an 80%, like, and not that a 79 is a bad score, period. Like, I mean, to me, what that says is it's a mediocre game. It doesn't do anything new. It's fun. Like, I mean, it plays really well, and everything seems to be good about it. But it's just it just kind of blends in with everything else. I need to play it though, because I said I would cover it, and I just never got around to it. I think it was because when I got it was just before I was like, I have to go on hiatus for a bit because I had to finish the stuff at my house.
Something useful in these things.
I just never got around to covering it. I'm surprised it took the bard this long to get his hand on Mary's chest. Oh yeah, I mean it's like that. I love that comedy. It's low hanging fruit, but man, they do it really well.
You never knew where the road would take you, thought Reynardo.
Oh my god, I'm itching like crazy. I don't know why. I don't know what I touched, what I ate. It's gotta be mental. Oh yeah, no, it never pretends that it is gonna go after any kind of classy. It is all low-hanging fruit and nothing else. If you're expecting some like crazy highbrow comedy, it's not gonna happen in that game.
Big eyes you have.
And so it took us here last time. We got these. I don't think we'll get any more gems. Oh, we do get more gems from here. Shit. Alright. No more. I think we've gotten everything is level 3 now.
Reynardo wondered what he should do when he found Zenobia. What could he do if she had the Iblis stone?
I just realized I might have sent her to go do something really dumb. Really dumb. Please don't have that stone.
He reached the summit, expecting no one. But there she was, steaming, pacing.
I'm gonna kill him, she said. I'm gonna kill all his ravens, and then him, and then his family, and all their eggs and tadpoles. And then I'm gonna burn down their pond. Did you go and get the Iblis stone? Do you see all these ravens I killed? So much power.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Great, Reynardo said.
You really want power from a demonic rock? You want the stone, don't you? Not really. Good. I'd rather not have to kill you. He told her he loved her. That he wouldn't let the Iblis stone take her, even if he had to die for it. Well, he planned to tell her. Now, didn't seem to have time. She'd probably cool off in a bit. So he let her get in her ship and fly off.
He rushed back to the Farfarer and followed her, keeping a healthy distance.
Zenobia's ship was just visible through the clouds ahead. How could he reason with her? But he had to. The rebels were down for the count. No wonder. He'd betrayed the location of their base and then he'd abandoned them. And if she became Empress while she was in the grip of the Iblis stone, if she became Empress by murdering her father, she could still be a great Empress. But she could also be a nightmare Empress.
She had to be stopped.
That's why the Iblis stone had Reynardo killed her. Yeah, that could be. Knowing that she would take it.
There were more dead ravens along his path. Some of them wounded in the back. He knew she could have easily talked her way past them, or clouded the little tiny raven brains with a spell. She was going out of her way to
Tiny
put everything
raven
in her path.
brains.
This wasn't Zenobia, not as he knew her.
Sharp? Check. Pointy? Check. Flexible? Check. What else do you need in a sword?
Yep, okay, so we've gotten all of the, I think think we've gotten all of the stones that I can get. Alright, well, so what was the point of that? Nothing, I guess.
So, his beloved was possessed by the spirit of a demon. That's what it meant to be a hero. To brave the darkness in your loved one's soul. To have faith there was still good in her. To help her out of that darkness, no matter what the cost. But what? What could he do? She'd kill him if he tried to take the Iblis stone from her.
Oh, come on. There we go. Okay, so Lapino is an ass, and nobody loves Bernardo. More info on the stone. We haven't even gotten to, like, the true... Because I know you've seen it before, but I remember the true episode, like, course with, Lapino, and you realize, like, holy shit, like, we haven't found that one yet in this playthrough. I remember when he straight backstabs you, and I was just like, what the fuck? Oh my god, I could use some more energy. I just keep wanting to charge my sword like in Isu, because you can charge your sword to get energy on the next attack. Come on, go in. So, I've never actually completed all four of the main
At the end of the trail of
points.
raven corpses was Zenobia. Her father was frantically rigging a strange apparatus wrapped around a glowing core. "Don't do it!" he shouted. "You'll hate yourself in the morning. Stay back!" She screamed in a horrible voice he'd never heard before. It froze him in his tracks. The Emperor stared at him. "Run," he told the toad, "or hop." But he didn't manage to voice it, only think it. Zenobia stabbed her blade forward, and His Majesty fell dead. She began laughing hysterically. "Or was she weeping? Just walk away," she laughed at him. "I've no more use for you." There was something he needed to do, but he couldn't figure out what it was. So he did as he was told. As he walked away, he felt a chill in the world. The light in the sky seemed to dim. He didn't dare turn. He had a nagging feeling there was something he should have done just then. Something heroic. But he could not have taken the Iblis stone from her by force, and she would not have parted with it willingly. A cold wind blew from where she had been, but he still didn't dare turn. And then an awful laughter filled the air, and all the torches and all the ships went out, and he realized what he should have done. But by then, it was too late to do anything. He should go back to some of the choices he'd faced before. Maybe there were new paths that had opened up, like those doors he was opening up all over the map that took him to new treasures and around his enemies. But he'd learned
Oh, we got it.
another true thing. Zenobia still had feelings for him.
So there was another truth that we learned. Four truths unlocked. I don't know what that means. we continue? I guess we
The book's
continue.
pages fluttered to the beginning once again. Faster than before? And he fell.
The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble.
We have
Ravens
all
were
of them.
scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer.
Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Iblis stone was hidden there. It was a dangerous artifact. It could corrupt its user into a bloodthirsty monster. Maybe he could find a way to use it. To take its power without surrendering to its wickedness. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong
What is the key?
suspicion
Oh, I think that's the
Lapino
way
had
we need
betrayed
to go
rebellion.
to
And he had a gut feeling
unlock
that
the
he needed
end.
to use that to his advantage.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to unlock the end here. 'Cause I've never seen that symbol.
Renato finally realized that Lapino was a traitor to the cause.
And maybe Renato could use that somehow.
Oh shit. Let's see how we
Renato
use this.
couldn't quite put his paw on when he'd realized Lapino was working for the Empire. He'd never exactly seen Lapino sending coded messages to the palace, but he was sure. The rabbit had been on too many disastrous missions where he was the only survivor, or where he accidentally missed getting on the boat that went down to the abyss in flames. If Renato could prevent Lapino from getting back to the fleet with all the intelligence he'd probably gathered, it might be worth the trip.
Oh man, we're gonna go fight Lapino.
How had they come to this? They'd been on so many adventures together. Lapino had talked Renato out of prison at least 4 times, and Renato had rescued Lapino from at least 2 lynch mobs.
Confront the traitor. Do we seriously not have enough yet for this? 81. Bad Bunny.
But he always felt that the rabbit resented him. Lapino was hilarious because he was so down on himself and everyone else. But behind the laughs, he wasn't a happy camper. Ooh, was this payback? Or did the Empire have his little white tail in a vice?
I don't know why I went over here. There was really no reason for it. I can't really find anything new. Cat trapped you again.
How could you convince a firewall you're its friend?
Evil kitties. That's how they'll get us. They'll keep us in place, never allowing us to advance. Oh, we leveled up a bunch. 3? Okay, so we can get
Every
time
day
mastery.
was getting better and better.
Let's do dash through enemies. And let's bump up our health a little bit. I've gotten this whole game without messing with my health.
shouldn't have.
We're so close to having enough. It's like no enemies around here. I was wondering what was going on, and I forgot. That's right. I pause time when I counter now.
Was he hiding in the cemetery further down the road? That didn't seem like him.
Okay, hold on. So I got enough I can level up this last sword. I just have to go back the way I came, because there was a spot up here that I could level up the sword. Nope, can't go back. Fuck. Alright, Sir Captain Raven. I appreciate you coming on by, buddy.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Renato thought.
That's why your cat's trapped you. It's giving you a sign.
Lapino would betray him. The core was dangerous. Now, Renato had a fleeting idea that the two ideas went together somehow. And then it was gone again. Ah, damn ideas. They never stuck around when you needed them.
There he is. What's up, fucker?
Bloody and exhausted, Renato finally reached Lapino. The rabbit was practicing shuffling his favorite deck. Now that he knew what the rabbit was, there were a few things about him that Renato didn't find so amusing anymore. You sent me an urgent message saying that you're in danger. Oh, I am. The ravens are coming. Now, I've got a clever plan to kidnap Zenobia. Renato wanted to clap shackles on the rabbit and shout, "You're a traitor, and I'm not falling for it." But if there was one thing Renato was sure of, it was that the core of the Sky Ripper was dangerous mostly to its user. If he could put it in the Emperor's hands, old Isengrim III might blow himself and his fleet up with it. Yes, that was it.
Let's do it.
Renato felt like a real hero. Brave and smart. He told the rabbit all about the Sky Ripper's God's Eye core. "I'll go get the core while you attack Zenobia," he told the rabbit. "No, wait, I've an even better idea. I'll get the core and you attack Zenobia," said the rabbit. "Right, yeah, that is better," agreed Renato. Perfect. The traitor would make sure the Emperor got the core. Now Renato just needed the Emperor to use the core. If he could only get something that the Emperor wanted very badly. Zenobia. He could save her and bait the Emperor at the same time.
Sure. That makes sense.
Right. Now, all Renato had to do was fight his way through Zenobia's invading troops, sneak onto her ship and into her bedroom, and kidnap her without any of her dozens of guards alerting her. Then, he would rely on her love for him to convince her how evil her father was, so she'd run away with him instead of going back to her father, who was going to blow himself up. It did sound a little risky. But Renato had a feeling it would work out somehow. It always did.
I mean, what other chance, whatever choice do we
He
have?
once met a pirate captain. He used hooks to get around his ship. Oh, what was his name again?
Grapple? Captain Grapple. That's bad. I apologize. That was very bad. Can we finally upgrade it? Oh my god, I can.
Wow.
Alright,
The
all our
sword's
swords are
even
upgraded.
colder.
There's really nothing else to be done.
Boy, if looks could kill.
Getting those guys is so easy and very satisfying.
Bernardo was halfway to Zenobia's encampment when Lapino showed up. He was disheveled and distraught.
They jumped us. I barely got away.
Oh, they got the core. Oh, it was all going according to plan, thought Renato. Now he just needed Zenobia on his side. Yes, that was even better. The Iblis Stone. Zenobia could get it. And then the Emperor would have to pursue them. Wait. No. The gem would corrupt anyone. Even her. That's it, he thought. Even Lapino. Even though Lapino was already a traitor. It would turn him against his secret master, the Emperor. He would try to make himself Emperor. And the Emperor would have to defend himself with the core. Boom.
There we go.
He was a super genius.
Send the Pino for the Iblis Stone.
This is terrible, Bernardo told the rabbit. If only I had gone for the Iblis Stone. But now it's lost in enemy territory. He handed Lapino a map. It gives the bearer so much power. We can only hope the Emperor never finds it. What was that? Said Lapino. I think someone's following us. I didn't hear anything. Rabbit ears. You go on ahead. I'll check it out. And with that, Lapino hopped off with the map.
Took that bait and ran.
So, who's your next of kin? Just wondering.
Man, getting that insta-kill combo, so good.
Renato slinked through Zenobia's ship, making no sound at all. She was curled up on her bed. He'd forgotten how beautiful she was, how sleek, how soft. He tapped her on the shoulder with his sword. She was made of smoke, and he noticed he had a very solid blade to his throat. Did you really think you could capture me? Purred a familiar voice. I just wanted to chat, said Renato. Did you ever wonder why the Emperor adopted you? He needs a sacrifice. Someone who truly loves him, to make a bargain with the lost gods. That's a vicious lie. He wants to bring them back. That's crazy. Why would anyone... They could make him immortal. An eater of souls. And with that, her eyes widened. She understood. Renato told her how he had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred. How he had slept in a burnt village. At midnight, the Emperor's victims had come to him in his dreams to tell him of the hideous eldritch rituals they'd been sacrificed in. He could still see those kittens and puppies. Their wide, sad eyes, their moist noses. You can't prove that. I've got a witness at the observatory.
Which he shouldn't be dead now because nobody knows that we're on the way. right? That's what it seems like. Compared to the last time they knew we were coming.
Not yet. Why he was really here. He didn't want her to be anywhere near the fleet when her father blew himself and Lupino up. So he told her about how the Emperor's obscene rituals had raised ancient artifacts out of the land. How he'd followed the appalling trail of the hideous horrors His Majesty had perpetrated for the sake of his own immortality. Any of this ring a bell? He said. He told me it was all lies. You've always known when I was lying. I always hated that about you, said Renato. The rebellion had started after atrocities that the Empire hushed up. Renato had rescued a priest whose order had been massacred for one book. He had slept in a burnt village. Dead kittens and puppies had come to tell him what the Emperor had done to them.
The thunder sounds so real. I think last time I was playing this, I thought it was actually happening outside.
Don't you think I'd know if my father...
Yep, we've seen that. No, you would have no idea. No idea at all.
There was an inscription. Praise the sun.
Yeah.
Barely landed a claw on him.
Just fucking fast kills. Love it. The observatory should not be on fire. But it is. Fuck me. Is it always on fire?
The observatory was a burning hulk. Dead scientists and black feathers everywhere. The Ravens had taken special care to burn the reanimated witness to cinders. Zenobia stared at the carnage. He didn't want me to hear the witness, did he? I guess not. What's your plan? She asked. So, Renato explained his brilliant gambit. Sending
Oh no, don't explain it yet.
Become super powerful and corrupted, provoke the Emperor into using the core against him, thus blowing up both of them, and hopefully the fleet too. Let me visit your council, she said, shaken. I want to help.
Could he really trust her?
Fuck it. Let's do it.
He'd done it. He'd made Zenobia see how evil her father really was. He wished she didn't feel this urge to join in the rebellion. After all, he'd taken care of the Emperor, right? Yeah, but she'd always been conscientious like that. She told him she had to go somewhere first. So Renato gave her the location of the secret base, and they agreed to meet in the ruins. He had a very
No,
good
no, no,
feeling
no, no,
about
no,
this.
no, no. I just fucked up. I fucked up. He's gonna destroy Or she's gonna come back and destroy everybody.
What had Zenobia
Or she's gonna
got to do?
get the
What
Iblis
was more
Stone.
important than meeting the rebel council? Had he made a mistake, sending her to the ruins? No.
Yes.
He knew they could trust each other. He could trust her because she never broke her word. And she could trust him because she could see right through him. Well, she'd probably be there well before him. She at least didn't have to fight her way through rainstorms of ravens.
Nope. Sending her there
Missed her.
was wrong.
Not
The wrong
Zenobia.
plan.
Hypatia, the kid's mother. Renato had never thought he'd date a librarian. He'd always figured himself for the barmaid type. But then, he'd never figured the library of Ubar would have comic books, or that Hypatia would know anything about them. He missed her.
Which way am I supposed to go? I don't know which way to go.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking. As he came around the bend, there was Lapino, unconscious on the side of the path.
Nope.
And Renato could smell a familiar, sweet, smoky scent. Who? Zenobia. It had to be. She never used a combat spell when she could use drowsy gas. That meant she had the Iblis Stone. What would it do to her? She hated her father now. She'd kill him for sure. The council wouldn't mind if she killed the Emperor, but murdering her father would destroy her. He had to get to whatever ledge she was on and talk her down from it.
Yeah, good luck with that. She's probably already killing everybody.
There was a radiance
fuck.
at the end of a long, dark tunnel. He thought.
I don't remember ever going this direction the last time I came through here.
Slippy's hit, he thought.
Slippy's hit. I love the video game references in this game.
The long stairs. So he was close to the rebel base. Nothing was on fire. So far, so good.
pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before?
Here we go.
Everyone in the council chamber was dead. Zenobia stood shivering in the courtyard, drenched in blood. Why? He managed. They started arguing with me. I lost my temper and I wanted their blood. Not me. The stone did. Why did you take it from Lupino? I had a plan. You had a stupid plan, she said. I'm going to go kill my father now. No, you can't. You'll just take his place. You'll become worse than him. Get out of my way, or I'll kill you too.
Time to stop her.
You won't kill me, he said. And I won't let you kill the Emperor. Enraged, she raised the sword. You hate him too? He could sense the Iblastone, yearning for his death. But she didn't strike. If you kill him, he'll destroy you. I know you. Shut up! She shouted, her sword trembling. I won't lose you again. Not for anything. Get away from me, he said, and he was very close. I can't lose you again. And he was in reach of her sword now. I hate him! I hate you too! I love you, he said for the very first time. And then she was weeping. He was holding her. The sword had dropped from her hand. He glanced at the Iblastone. It was no longer the black of the void. It looked like coal. No. It glowed, like a cinder. It was crackling, burning, crumbling into ashes. You've always loved me, haven't you? She said. She was weak. The stone had taken so much from her. Always, he said. She staggered as he helped her up. Let me take you away. Where? The island of Avalon. The sisters will heal you. He'll follow us. Then we need the Farfarer, the fastest ship in the Empire.
Okay. Here we go. Time to make our escape.
The Empire had seized his ship. They'd have to take it back. Maybe I should follow my nose, thought Renato.
I need health and I need energy.
And there it was, his beautiful skycraft, the Farfarer. They would fare very far indeed, beyond the Empire, beyond the reach of the Empire, to the mystical island of Avalon. He didn't know exactly where it was, but he knew he could find it. And they would find peace there. Second star on the right, and straight on till morning, laughed Zenobia. And they laughed together for the first time in a long time.
That's another reference. I was really hoping for some energy or some health. Okay.
Someone needs a bath.
And dead. Fuck me.
To everything, there is a season. He turned over and died.
Just had to get up to that 20 where I get that instant kill.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
Yeah, what would you do? Just stuck midair. In this case, I would jump to another ship. Please don't.
But they did not go unnoticed. Scout ships lifted off, and the long lance of the Imperial flagship. Bernardo turned downwind to gain speed. The Raven ships could pursue, but they couldn't close. The Far Speaker croaked, "You return her and live!" "Go sacrifice yourself," yelled Bernardo. "Then you won't have her either." On the flagship, the Emperor was readying some arcane weapon.
No.
It couldn't be. It was the core. A devastating beam lanced out of the flagship. Bernardo zigzagged wildly to keep the Farfare out of it. Now the Raven scout ships were closing the distance, and the beam was getting closer too.
Oh
Then
shit.
came a blinding flash, and the air was searingly hot all around him. There was a thunderous, deafening roar. He could smell burnt oak and burnt feathers and burnt flesh. But when he could hear and see again, they were alive and unhurt. And they were alone in the sky. Zenobia embraced him. They had done it. Through luck and through love, they had won the war. "Avalon, here we come," he said as he held her arms wide in the prow of the boat and let her feel its speed. "Maybe the real Avalon is wherever we're together," she said. And so, after a bit of an argument, Bernardo and Zenobia went to one of the two Avalons. The one shrouded in mists, or the one in their hearts. But which one they went to, I'll never tell. He'd done it. He'd forged his own destiny. Well, he hadn't actually done it, but he knew what he would do. Bernardo smiled at the book. He practically wanted to kiss it. The kid's sacrifice hadn't been in vain. He'd saved the book and saved the world. Bernardo owed him and his mother so much. Bernardo lowered the mainsail and let the Farfarer shoot forward in the breeze. Second star to the right, and straight on till morning. This time, he would win.
that was a damn good game. I'm gonna let the credits roll, and I'll come back after. All right. That game was awesome. I mean, I'm really pumped to play Omen Sight now. Congratulations, the hero path has been completed. The Iblis Stone and Skyripper are always active. Really? So that's how you end up, like, you can just destroy as you go through the next rounds. So, I'm going to play a little bit of the trailer for Omen Sight, which we will be playing the next time we start. I don't think it'll be tomorrow night. It'll probably be next week. Tomorrow night we'll probably do a roguelike night, or I don't know. We'll see, but I don't think it's going to be any, maybe more icy. But here we're going to play some Omen Sight just so that you guys can see what it is that Omen Sight is.
Harbinger. Your presence is the sign of the darkest of times. Vera, our protector from the void. Her soul has vanished. Her connection with the world beyond ours shattered. Unaware of the impending doom, they fight a war that's already lost. Blinded. The hungry beast is growing. Only Vera can put an end to it. The eyes and the sword of the tree of life. You must find her soul. The fate of Euralia rests upon you. Today might be the end of the world. day begins anew.
So that is Omen Sight. That is what we'll be playing next week alongside our continued streams of Isu's series playthrough. Potentially most likely we'll still be in Isu Memories of Celcita, which is the new number 3 in the series. But thank you to everybody coming out tonight. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Shout outs to Golden Hawks and Jonas Fatson for giving me the hosts. And let's see if there is anybody online that we can go and host. I don't think so. Nope. And with that, I'm going to call it a night. So thank you, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are in the world.